Hello and welcome to this Training Services Tech Tip. This video is going to focus around color contrast checking for images and text. You may recognize the left side of the screen, which is currently displaying the WebAIM's contrast checker tool. We talked about this tool not too long ago in a previous video, where it allows us to check for both foregrounds and backgrounds. Foreground most of the time being text that we're trying to put behind or in front of a background, where we are presented with color pickers for both foreground and background. We also have the eyedroplet tool that allows us to indicate what color the font is going to be. So if you notice on my right side of the screen, I'm focusing on the text. And since I'm going to the granular level of the image, in this case the text, every character is made up of a certain amount of pixels, PPI, resolution as the screen may call it. So I need to focus on one of the darker spots to get the correct color. And then for background, I have the same kind of color picker eyedroplet tool, where if I then focus on the background of where that font or text is located, I can go ahead and select a color and then take a look at what my WebAIM contrast checker tool is yielding as a result. This is pretty neat because it lets you pick colors that you might already have on your publication. But I'm actually going to show you two additional tools. So the first tool I'm going to show you is this LearnUI Design, where it is allowing you to pick contrast between a background and a foreground. If you notice, my background right now is this light blue against the white font, which is represented by hexadecimal value FFFFFF, so 6 Fs. If you're trying to make sure that the color is going to yield the proper contrast ratio of 4.5 to 1, then it is telling us that instead of using the 4AC4E2, we should consider using the 06A2BF. So if I go ahead and type that in here, notice how for large and bold text, I am now getting a check mark, which is telling me this combo works really well. And for small text, it is actually indicating that I should use the 00819D. So if I change that up here, you now notice that for both, actually for large and bold text as well as small text, the combination of contrast between background and foreground works really well. So this is great, but there's actually an even better tool by Venngage.com that actually yields random palettes. So if you don't want to go ahead and guess what colors to use, if you just go to venngage.com/tools/accessible-color-palette-generator and then click the random palette generator, it will yield a lot of different palettes with the proper contrast ratio of 4.5 to 1 or higher, where it is indicating for like black text, you have the color of E4E900, which is a yellow tone of color, and then you have your greens and so on. So this yields a lot of different palettes. So from the vibrant to the monochromatic, contrasting, palettes 1 and 2. And then if you click load more palettes, you'll notice that you'll also even get pastel version of palettes. So you can go ahead and pick any one of these if you don't like any of them. Again, you can go ahead and randomly generate additional palettes, and that list of pastels will just yield different tones of backgrounds for your background against the foreground, which is your font. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.